Justin Peltzer, will change our perspective from the past to the future. What lies on the horizon for the class of 2001? Justin has some ideas and advice for these classmates as they tackle future challenges. Justin has utilized his leadership skills as Vice President of National Honor Society and Captain of the Boys Track and Boys Nordic Ski Team. He plans to study mechanical engineering at UW-Madison. Please welcome Justin Peltzer.
What do you want to be when you grow up? That's a question that we've all been asked since we've been old enough to talk. Well, now the time has come to make a serious decision, and it seems that we just have to set our sights, aim for our goals and dreams, and shoot for them. Now, when I think about this, a certain story comes to mind of an experience I had when I was younger. It was the day that I was able to purchase my very own 3-man water balloon slingshot. As soon as my neighbor, brother, and I had torn it out of the package, we fired a balloon off from where we stood. It must have flown over 200 yards, and at that point, I could think nothing else except for the fact that this thing was awesome. All I wanted to do was pick out targets and nail them. I began to scan the horizon. I was a predator searching for my prey, when suddenly, my eyes landed on the Holy Grail, the backboard of the basketball hoop in my driveway. So I got into position to fire another water balloon. My neighbor and brother held the handles of each side of the slingshot, while I held the pouch that so carefully cradled our fragile ammunition. Everything was set, and I was determined to fire this one as hard as I possibly could. So I held onto the pouch with both hands and ran backwards with all the might that my scrawny 80-pound frame could muscle. Just as I thought I couldn't pull any further, I allowed myself to fall onto my back to squeeze just a few more centimeters out of the elastic band. As I hit the ground, I let go, and all 3 of us watched, motionless, as this balloon seemed to sail through the air in slow motion. It seemed as though all the neighbor kids, birds, and lawnmowers fell silent. The water balloon was racing on a direct course for the backboard, almost as if there were a bullseye in the square. Everything was going exactly as planned, but then it began to gradually swoop down just a little, and then a little more. There was a bad feeling in my stomach as I watched it sail directly into the passenger window of the family car. The glass exploded into a million pieces as the water balloon continued to pass right through the window and eventually break inside of the car. Everything was still silent as our mouths hung open in utter amazement. And yes, I was thinking what you probably are now. Could a water balloon really do that? By now you must be wondering where this is all going. Well, my main point is this: you don't always hit what you aim for. This is a harsh reality of the imperfect world we live in. When things don't run exactly the way we plan, we're presented with 2 options. We can make the decision to either patch things up and shoot as many times as it takes to hit our target, or we can choose a different target. Nowadays, there are an infinite number of targets to choose from, and picking targets will no longer be as easy because there are a world of options. We no longer have single stationary targets, but rather many moving targets. I mean, my goals changed from a single basketball backboard to small children and neighborhood pets. But seriously, think about how much our goals have changed since we entered elementary school. We're no longer focused on getting all the words on our spelling tests right, or not getting caught while running through the hallways, but rather our eyes are set on education, relationships, and careers. The targets are more challenging, but we're better equipped. So go ahead, pick your target at this point in your life. Or maybe you don't have one in mind yet. Don't worry about it. Wait, see what's out there for you, and then choose your target. Now, when you're finally ready to fire, shoot with all your might and do everything in your power to hit your target in life straight on. Thanks, guys.